Egal's here with us, people. Shiver me timbers. Anthony is here.
Yes.
How you doing, Egal?
I'm not doing so well. Honestly, I feel like I don't want to overreact and start going crazy. But at the same time, I'm looking at that performance and I'm saying to myself, we should have got something from this game. We should have left with something, at least something, because we had so many chances. We created so many opportunities for ourselves. We just aren't clinical. In the final third, we lacked that cutting edge. We lacked that final ball. And Odegaard just, I was saying shoot. At least if you're going to shoot on target. Like, you know what I mean? And then when it comes to the rest of the guys, I'm going through the team and I'm looking at it. Everyone's saying the midfield. I agree with Jess. I don't think Samuel Okonga was that big of a problem. I think the fact that we made our substitutions and we opened up the whole game for Manchester United, ended the game and gave you guys a third goal. Eriksen, I put my hand up. I thought before the game, if you play Eriksen, Bruno in that midfield, and you don't have one of these other guys with Casemiro, you guys were going to lose. But you know what? Eriksen absolutely bust the game. Fair play to him. Rashford found form, and Anthony scored in his debut. It was deja vu.
You do realize he only scored because you put that tweet out, right?
It was deja vu all over again. Every time we go to Manchester United, that we have a level of confidence, that we have a winning run, that we have something going on. The game is going in our favor. We concede a goal against the run of play. Now, let me get on to the referees. I'm personally going to say this. I'm personally going to just say this. When it comes down to these referees, we have to try our best to work and just win, because these guys are not going to give us anything. They're not going to give us anything in our favor. I feel like if that was going against Arsenal, if that was you guys scored that goal and it was again, they wouldn't even checked it. It would have just gone quick. It would have gone quick, because how many moments have I seen decisions or controversial VR decisions or any decision? Guess what? Arsenal concede a goal immediately. Go on, play. But when Arsenal score, it doesn't matter what it is. They look for the littlest thing to do it. And it's not just Arsenal, because I'm seeing Chelsea's game. I'm seeing the Man City game this weekend. The referees are just horrendous in general. And you know what? The cheek from those United fans. You guys know exactly what you're doing. Paul Tierney, he's one of our own. You guys were singing during the game. You know why?
Why?
Every 50-50 call you guys were getting. Everything was going.
Come on, Egal. Speak on it, bro.
So why?
Let's be real, bro. Terry.
Egal, let me ask you a question.
Let me just say one thing.
Egal, let me ask you a question.
Go ahead.
Why was Saka not booked for diving?
Okay, I agree with you. Saka, he tripped over the ball. It wasn't a dive, first of all. It was a trip over the ball. Terry, 1 second. I was going to agree with you, but then you said the wrong one.
Answer my questions. I just want my questions answered. Why wasn't Gabriel booked? Why wasn't Gabriel booked?
Why wasn't your center halves booked? Why weren't their Man United? Okay. Why wasn't Scott McTominay booked in the first half when he pushed a man in his back on in the first 20 minutes of the game? Terry, you're clutching at straws.
Egal. A nudge in the back is not a bookable offense.
Okay, he didn't do it once. What about when he did a DDT? That's the first time he got booked.
Yeah, and then he got booked.
Come on.
Hang on a minute, Egal. So you're talking about when he did get booked. My question to you is this, and this is
what about Varane?
But you're playing what about Ismir? What you're doing is what about?
No, but Terry, that's what we're doing, right? That's what we're doing. You said what it.
Egal. If you let me speak and let me finish my sentence, you would understand. Instead, you're shouting over me to not hear the point. I understand that both sets of fans can pull on mistakes the referee made. Therefore, it isn't bias. At the very least, it's poor refereeing. But the way you try and make it sound like Paul Tierney was going out of his way to make Man United the winners today is crazy. Paul Tierney didn't make Odegaard miss an open goal. Paul Tierney didn't make your manager make 3 substitution mistakes and change your shape. That cost you the game.
Okay, 1 second. First, rewind. Did Bukayo Saka trip over the ball or did he dive, Terry?
He dived.
That is a blatant lie. That is a blatant lie.
It's not. He
over the
completely and utterly
Watch
dived.
it again.
He completely dived.
Watch it again. He tripped over the football. Second of all, Terry, let's be real.
And then, I'll concede that. I don't think he did, but let me concede that. But he asked for a penalty and didn't get touched by the player. That's still simulation and cheating.
Let him ask for a penalty. At the end of the day, these players are going to do what they do. I can't do anything about that. What I'm going to tell you is though, today's game, yes, there was poor refereeing. You guys won fair play. I'm not trying to take it away from Manchester United, but I'm just saying there's moments where you gotta look at things. You gotta be like, how is it that Saliba's getting a yellow with his first ever even foul, and then you got Varane making 2 fouls, no yellow. You got my man, Lisandro Martinez.
Egal. Let's interject on the actual point. So Saliba's foul was a yellow card offense because he stopped a counter-attack. That is an instant straight yellow card. So
okay.
Varane committed fouls, but none of them were bookable offenses. And maybe if you accumulate 3, 4, 5 non-bookable offenses, you end up getting booked, but they weren't bookable fouls. You can't compare the two fouls. They were completely different. You know that about football. My point is this. I still think, by the way, you can't make, and we'll put it up on the screen, you can't try to make a tackle from behind, have your knee smack into somebody's leg, and then push him in the back. That's a foul.
Terry, stop that, man. Stop it. Bro, if I do that at goals on Wednesday, they're going to tell me to shut up, get up, and carry on playing.
You're not playing professional football.
But I could, Terry. Look at me.
Why are we babying? Why are we babying professional footballers? They are not children. This is a contact sport. This has happened against the run of play. And let's be honest. How many times do you genuinely see that called back from on the other half? Let's be honest. Yes, you won you guys won the game, and that didn't have the end result. It wasn't a close game at the end. You guys won it because Arteta made a mistake, and there's other mistakes that was made also. But refereeing was a factor to a certain degree. And I just pointed out everything. 1 second, I pointed out everything. I don't like the fact that we've had a 20-minute soliloquy on referees because I pointed out a lot of things. I've given Manchester United credit. I don't want this just to be about the referees.
And that's fine, Egal, but you were the one that said United fans were chanting the referee's name, and you know why.
That is true. You guys know what you're doing.
So you made an accusation. Hang on, Egal, let me finish talking. You made an accusation that we're involved in this conspiracy. Therefore, the conversation has happened. If you'd have said, I thought it was a bad decision, but that wasn't the reason we lost. It was more about our players missing chances and our manager making a mistake. We wouldn't have gone into a discussion about it. You started that conversation. Question for you. There's a lot of people saying that Arsenal now, they've played a good team, first good team, and they've lost. Do you feel like this could burst the hype bubble, or do you feel you'll be back to your best in the very next game, my friend?
No, we actually find out who we are. We lost this game, right? We find out who we are. We have two more games before we play another top 6 team. Am I wrong? So in that case, we should now go and bounce back. We see how we bounce back from here. We see how much character we actually have, because it could have gone both ways. It could have been if Manchester United lost today, they would have said, "Oh, let's see what Manchester United do. You know what? You guys won. Let's see if you let's see what you guys do now also."
Listen, hear that, my friend. Listen, Egal, always a pleasure to speak to you, my friend. And we'll chat again soon. Thank you very, very much indeed.